Seguimos en el Mobile World Congress grabando vídeos con nuevos invitados y tenemos con nosotros una empresa que se llama ScanBuy y tenemos a Mike Wers.
Yes.
That's well pronounced. Okay. Tenemos a Wers con nosotros, que es el CEO y presidente de ScanBuy y que nos va a contar un poco sobre esta compañía que hemos encontrado en el catálogo del evento, con la que nunca habíamos hablado y con la que queríamos tener un ratito para saber de qué trata y de qué van sus productos. So, Mike, tell us who ScanBuy is and why are you here and what are you offering?
Sure. ScanBuy is a mobile barcode solution provider. So we make software that runs on smartphones and feature phones that allow any of those devices to read a barcode, whether it's UPC, 1D style, or any of the new 2D styles.
Okay, now the barcode phenomenon is not new. It was here, I think, a couple or 3 years ago.
Yes.
Tell us what has changed, because we don't see much of those codes anymore. I mean, there was a point where newspapers had them, but it seems like it has faded away. So I don't know if that's true. It's just my perception, or
it's actually growing quite a bit.
So my perception.
It's perception, right? 2010 was a very big year for barcodes.
Okay.
We saw a change in scan rates. So the number of scans per day grew 1,600%. From January to December. So we're in a very, very rapid growth of the barcode space.
Okay, could it be that 3 years ago, when you tried to scan with your phone, it didn't always work? Perhaps for whatever reason it didn't pick up well, or and now that has improved, because I remember using that and kind of disregarded because I used my iPhone with an application and it didn't pick up the code, and you had to put it in a certain way.
I think a couple things happened that made it a lot better now. Number one, there are more smartphones out there, more powerful, better cameras, autofocus. All of those things improve the experience. Also, the technology has improved on how to read 2D barcodes.
Okay.
And we've also seen a change where 3 years ago it was very proprietary. If you had one code, you had to have a reader for it. Now the world has really changed, and there's very few proprietary people left, and most people have gone with common standards.
Okay. What about the business model? Because our publication deals with the operators mostly.
Sure.
Are the operators inside the barcode business model, or they are completely left aside?
No, one of the things that differentiates ScanBuy versus other mobile barcode solution providers is we are a friend and partner to the operator.
Okay.
So within the US, we have very deep partnerships with Verizon and Sprint. In Europe, we have great relationships in Spain with Telefonica, Orange, and Vodafone, all our partners here. And one of the things that we're announcing at this show is we've extended that partnership, and now we have partnered with France, Telecom Orange there, in order to bring barcodes into France.
Okay, now what about the smart codes in emerging markets? Are they also growing, or is it just something that we're seeing on just mature markets?
Up until very recently, we're seeing it primarily in mature markets, but there's something that also that we announced at this show that is going to change all of that.
Okay.
What we introduced is something called scan and send. So you can take any camera phone, take a picture of a barcode, and send it to us as MMS or email, and we'll decode it on the server. So you don't even need a smartphone or software on your phone or any of that. We can do it all with standard barcodes.
Okay, so you would do that through an operator. So tell us some of the things that the operator would use the barcodes to make some money.
So the way that our business model works is we operate the barcode service, and then we revenue share back with the carrier.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a partnership at the business
level. So there's no investment, or there is an uptick at first?
They invest in a couple of interesting ways. Number one, they make it very easy for people to download the software application. They use it in their publication so that people become familiar with it, so in their own advertising and marketing programs. And then they do help because they have relationships with a lot of the brands. The brands will ask them, who do we work with? How do we do this? So as us, the trusted partner, we can go in and help that business.
Okay, tell us about your business, if you are having any plans into looking into Latin America, or if you have already done so. So tell us, what is your...
We're actually quite active in Latin America already. We have an office in Chile and another one in Mexico.
Okay.
And we're expanding that to Brazil this year. And we're also doing some business in Colombia. Okay. So we've been active there for a number of years. And I'd say the support you're going to see from us is improving.
What have you seen that's different in Latin America than you probably have seen in other markets in the world?
Probably some of the use cases are really innovative that we haven't seen other areas of the world pick up. So like in Santiago, they're using barcodes as part of the Department of Transportation to give people information about bus schedules and tram schedules. Where elsewhere in the world they're really using it as a marketing promotion or to drive a behavior of looking for an advertisement.
Okay.
So very creative.
Actually, Chileans are always dedicating a lot of resources to see how the public transportation network can work with the mobile. They introduce payments and things like that. All right, well, Mike, thank you so much for visiting us, and we look forward to see more barcodes everywhere, because we, saw them 3 years ago, and suddenly they kind of disappeared.
I think you'll see a lot more this year.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mike.